Good evening. Today we are going to be looking at the second part of productive parenting, which has to do with taking care of yourself after you have finally decided to get pregnant, what to do when you are expecting a child, what part of what it means to be a productive parent starts also is very important. What you do when you're actually pregnant with a child has a lot to do, will help you to help the child to grow and become a good person later. The care you take while expecting the child affects the child's future. At some point, when you decide to be a parent, you are going to get pregnant. If you are a woman or if you are a man, your partner will be getting pregnant. And at that stage, what you need to do, there are a lot of things we are going to look into. Six key topics for the person or the couple who is expecting a baby. I've written a list of them. Number one, we have hygiene, we have nutrition, then we have antenatal care, number three. Number four, we have minor problems that you should be expecting during pregnancy. Then you have labor, and then things not to do while pregnant. We are going to be looking at these six things as things we should look at, if every parent should know about while pregnant. A lot of people get pregnant, a lot of people are expecting children, even teenagers, some of them are expecting children. It's unfortunate. Many of them, especially those teenagers who have unwanted pregnancies, they don't have anyone to tell them what to do at this stage of the pregnancy that will help them to lay a good foundation, as it were, for a productive parenting. So this topic will help those who don't know what to do at the early stages of the pregnancy as a precursor, as it were, to having to productive parenting. We are going to be beginning with the first one, which is hygiene. A pregnant woman needs to have the highest level of hygiene possible. They must keep themselves clean at all times. The primary reason for this is to prevent accumulation of harmful microorganisms in the vagina of the woman. This can lead to complications, especially during delivery. So the woman needs to be clean at all times, keep herself clean for her baby's sake. For the man too, if it's a marriage relationship or they are living together, the man also needs to keep himself clean at all times. Reason being that pregnant women are irritable, they are easily irritated by smells, things that irritate them, that can affect them, make them unhappy. So the husband or the father of the child who's close, or those who are closest to the woman, should be clean at all times to prevent themselves from irritating the woman. The environment must be clean to keep the woman from being infected. There are lots of illnesses that go with dirty environments, typhoid, for instance. Pregnant women do not do well when they have to undergo treatment for typhoid. It's not so good for the babies. So prevention in that case is better than cure. Infections can very easily be passed from mothers to babies. So hygiene is of utmost importance when you are expecting a baby. The second point is nutrition. A pregnant mother, it is of very high importance that they must mind what they eat. The balanced diet, as we know, contains the basic nutritional groups: carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats and oil, and minerals. These are things that the woman should make sure are in every meal. Every food that is good to eat should be given to the mother. Cravings should not be put off. When a woman has cravings, woman who's expecting has cravings, as long as they are not dangerous for the baby, they should be indulged. They should be given whatever they are craving for. except, of course, it involves things that are harmful to the child. For example, fast food. Fast food is not good for the baby. Too much greasy foods, sugary foods, fast foods in general. If the woman is craving for such things, well, they should be discouraged. But when you talk about other healthy health foods, normal proteins, carbohydrates, vegetables, and things like that, they should very well be allowed to eat such things. As much as they crave for them, they should be given such things. They should eat as often as possible. As often as possible. Pregnant women need their strength, and making food available for them will help a lot to help guide them and lead them through the pregnancy without much complications. Then, thirdly, antenatal care. A lot of what um, makes a person a good parent starts from antenatal care. Many women have children who have problems, post-delivery problems, mental problems, development problems. When you have children like that, it affects how much of a good parent, how much of productive parenting you can present for the child. So prevention in this case also is better than cure. Registering on time for proper antenatal care in a good hospital is of utmost importance. It just takes, I think there's a registration fee in most hospitals in Nigeria. We pay the registration fee. And then most important, one of the most important parts of antenatal care is attending the antenatal classes. Most women register and don't attend. And that is a mistake because they teach a lot of things. There are things you shouldn't do, things you shouldn't take, drugs you shouldn't allow in your body, how to take care of yourself, how to conduct yourself during delivery, after delivery. These things are taught during antenatal care, especially in good hospitals. They have very elaborate schemes, curricula for their antenatal care that every mother should make themselves available for. Never, it is my advice as a health educator, never let yourself be tempted into not attending such classes. Mistakes during pregnancy, taking the wrong drugs, eating the wrong food, affect the kind of child you will have. And the kind of child you will have affects how productive your parenting is going to be. So registering early as soon as pregnancy is confirmed, usually through a test. Registering for antenatal early is of utmost importance, and every parent, expecting parent, should be. Also, the father is expected to attend antenatals as often as possible. The mother needs support and the father's presence. There are also things that the mother might forget, and the father being in the classes would normally help to remind the mother of what she's supposed to do. Thirdly, we have minor problems related to pregnancy. Minor problems related to pregnancy. A lot of women experience vomiting, nausea. It's normal for you when you are pregnant, and particularly this part of the video is for those who are getting pregnant for the first time. Maybe a teenage pregnancy. Teenage people who have teenage pregnancies are usually disadvantaged. Everybody's angry with them for getting pregnant at the wrong time. Nobody takes time to teach them what they should do to help them become productive parents. So they don't know what to expect. One of the things you should be expecting as problems is vomiting, nausea. I made a list of them. Backaches, constipation, that is difficulty in having bowel movements or going to the toilet the way you used to. Vaginal discharge, headaches, dizziness, tiredness, salivation. That's the reason why women who are expecting babies spit a lot, because there's excess production of saliva, and so they spit a lot. Is normal. Those who are around them should be able to bear with them and understand them. Is part of what they go through, that they cannot help spitting so often. Then hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are also, hemorrhoids is something we commonly know as pile. is common among some pregnant women. So pregnant women should watch out for such things, and as soon as they notice any sign of that, they should see a doctor as soon as possible. So that's just a short list of some common problems, minor problems that pregnant women should expect. Any problems other than this that are major problems, the pregnant mother needs to go directly to the hospital for assistance. Now, the next topic under this is labor. Labor is the concluding state of pregnancy. It's what happens immediately before a baby is born. There are many things you see during labor. How would a lady know if she is in labor? There are a lot of signs. Bear in mind also that they don't have a particular order in which they come. Anyone can come first. There's what is called the passage of show. The passage of show means when a woman who's pregnant sees something like mucus mixed with blood coming out from the vagina. That's a sign of pregnancy. It's also a very serious sign because that is part of the mucus plug. The mucus plug helps to protect the baby from infections from the outside world, from infections from the outside world. So once the mucus plug is gone, the mother needs to present herself at the hospital as soon as possible. Don't make any assumptions. Present yourself in the hospital as soon as possible. Also, there's also passage of water, amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid is a liquid substance like water coming out from the mother's privates. It's a sign that most people say her water has burst. It's a sign that labor has started. And at that point too, the woman should also be able to present herself to the hospital immediately. The next one on the list is also pains. Pains that come periodically. Periodically also is a sign of labor. And there are other signs, some differ from individual to individual. And once a woman notices that any of these signs come, they may come in any order. One may come before another. The one that I describe first may be the last to come. But whichever one the woman notices, the important thing is that they present themselves to the hospital as soon as possible to be taken care of. Things to go with on the day of delivery, of course. Every pregnant woman should know this. I have a list of them. Sanitary towels, toiletries, beverages, pads are very important. A flask, olive oil is very important too. Baby clothes, diapers, cutlery, and face towels. Some hospitals have their own list with things like baby mats and chlorine bleach. Find out what the hospital you registered at, what is their list, and prepare for it beforehand. They should be bought long before the baby is due. Finally, the aim is not to make the videos too long. We are going to be looking at things not to do while pregnant. First on that list, we should be aware of is native drugs. Native drugs are herbs, are things that work a lot, but we should be very careful how we take them. Any native drug that ordinarily would not go serve as food and is presented to pregnant women should be rejected. A lot of herbs are given to women that cause a lot of complications during pregnancy. Not all of them are bad, but mostly there are some, from their taste, that this ordinarily would not be absorbed by the body as food. So that should be a warning for you to avoid that particular one. Anyone that serves as food, there are a lot that women are given, a lot of vegetables, a lot of herbs that form part of our daily diet. Black soup, for instance, is presented to women who are expecting to deliver sometimes as a herb for them to take. That one obviously should be good to consume. Then there are others like things like there's one in Benin that's called Echo. Echo is not very bad for pregnant women. Some take it. The traditionalists will tell you it cools their stomach. But medical science has discovered that it causes brain damage for children, and so it should be avoided. Um, Other ones are potions um, containing alcohol. Anything that is given to a pregnant woman that contains alcohol should be rejected. Alcohol is very bad for developing babies and should be avoided. Other ones are things like agbo. Agbo is a known malaria remedy, a herbal malaria remedy. It should be avoided by pregnant women at all costs. Even normal pharmaceutical malaria remedies should be avoided, let alone the traditional ones. Um, Things like white chalk, cola nuts, bitter cola. Bitter cola is a very potent antibiotic, and no pregnant woman, no child, no unborn child needs antibiotic in their system, so it should be avoided. Stimulants like coffee, energy drinks, bitters, beer, spirits like kai kai or hot should be avoided for women who are expecting a child. So other things that should be avoided too are strenuous exercises, high impact exercises like jogging, like lifting weights, like push-ups. Exercises for women who are pregnant should be low impact exercises like walking, like yoga, calisthenics, are things that women who are pregnant should do. All high impact exercises should be avoided. Smoking of course should be avoided. No pregnant woman should be smoking or drinking alcohol. And that's that. We'll be stopping here so that the video will not be too long. And in subsequent chapters, we'll be looking at how to take care of children during post-delivery stages. We should bear in mind that you cannot have productive parenting without starting at the foundation. The foundation of parenting starts during pregnancy. What you do then affects the kind of child you will have, and that is the essence of this particular video. Until we meet again, good day.